Becoming a dog parent for the first time can be exciting for anyone. These cute little furry animals make the best companions for the right owners. However, not every dog breed is suitable for every individual. Like humans, dogs have their distinct personalities, which may or may not be compatible with your own personality. So especially if you're a first-time dog owner, it's always advisable to do your research first and consider a few things before picking up a new puppy. For instance, you want to consider your lifestyle. If you're very active, then you'd need an active dog to match your lifestyle. If on the other hand you have a more sedentary lifestyle, then a lap dog might be more suitable for you. Another thing to consider is the size of your home. If you live in an apartment, then you might be better off with a small dog. But if you live in a large home, then you might be able to bring home a large breed. Be that as it may, not all dog breeds are great for first-time dog owners. And today, we'll be revealing the top 8 most difficult dog breeds for first-time owners. Keep in mind that this list will not only include aggressive breeds, but any breed at all that first-time owners have historically found difficult to manage. And with that said, let's get right into the video. The Chow Chow is indeed one cute-looking dog with its teddy bear-like face. However, underneath that cuteness is a withdrawn, independent dog with the tendency to be quite aggressive to other canines he isn't familiar with. This behavior makes the Chow Chow quite familiar to that of cats. However, considering that they're large dogs, this could be very dangerous, especially if the Chow Chow isn't well trained. Training Chow Chows and teaching them socialization early is very important. And once they're properly trained, you will have yourself the perfect guard dog. However, as first-time dog parent with little experience, you may not have what it takes to train this breed properly. So unless you're ready to spend a lot of money on a trainer, starting your dog parenting journey with a Chow Chow isn't advisable. You may want to leave these big boys for the more experienced ones. It is quite sad that pit bulls are usually victims of terrible training from the people who breed them for dangerous activities. The truth is, when pit bulls are trained correctly, they are no more dangerous compared to other dogs. Still, while they may not be entirely violent, they do have a temper. In addition to that, you'd also have to accept that, considering society's view of pit bulls, many people will not be comfortable around your dog. This means that you might not get many opportunities to leave your pup with neighbors. That on its own can be overwhelming, especially for a first-time owner. Another reason you may want to avoid this breed is that they occasionally forget just how much strength they have. So imagine just how challenging the first few months of training after they've grown would be. It is quite easy to find yourself falling deeply in love with those beautiful blue eyes. So it's not surprising that many first-time owners are always quick to talk about how much they want a husky in their home. However, behind those beautiful blue eyes is a breed that would take a lot to maintain for many reasons. The most obvious of these reasons is their thick coat, which requires immense grooming. Then there's the fact that the Siberian Husky needs a lot of exercise to make sure they stay physically stimulated. And don't think those short walks will cut it with this breed. They need long, long walks. Another challenging thing about keeping this breed of dogs is the fact that they're infamous escape artists. So if your yard isn't securely fenced, you'll have your husky running loose every chance it gets. This should be enough reason to convince you that this breed should strictly be reserved for more experienced dog owners who are used to the amount of commitment they require. This dog breed is generally known to be one of the worst dog breeds for inexperienced owners, especially because of their size and athleticism. The Rottweiler is very much capable of knocking everyone down anytime they're excited. And of course, with a size like theirs and their athletic abilities, there's also the feeding requirement and cost that not a lot of people can afford. So you need to consider that as well. Another responsibility you'd have to prepare for with a Rott is regular exercise. Rotts require a lot more exercise compared to other regular dogs. So if you don't have an active lifestyle, this dog breed might be demanding for you. A fun fact about this dog breed is that they can be very loyal to their owners. However, this loyalty comes with a strong protective streak that wires them to see even casual events as a threat, which can cause a lot of trouble. Thankfully, training a Rottweiler is relatively easy and straightforward, and this isn't so surprising considering that this is one intelligent breed. Still, this breed is known for its stubbornness, which can make training difficult. Moving on to yet another stubborn breed, we have the Cane Corso. Cane Corsos are a large breed that require owners that match their energy. So if you choose to be a dog parent to a Cane Corso, then you must be prepared to be strong, firm, and consistent if you're going to be the alpha. Keep in mind that if you're unable to show your Cane Corso that you're the alpha, then it will not hesitate to take over your home. And with how powerful this dog breed is, this is going to be a huge problem for you. Even more, the Cane Corso can be a very protective dog, especially of their family and property. That sure sounds like a good character trait, especially if you're going to have a guard dog. However, this could backfire if you're unable to train them right. They end up becoming vicious and aggressive to every stranger, and sometimes even you could get a fair share of their aggression. Bull Mastiffs are not different from Rottweilers, as they are capable of effortlessly knocking over the biggest of people. With a size like theirs, two important things you might want to put into consideration are exercise and feeding. These big boys require a lot more exercise and food compared to the small pups. So if you had planned for a few walks a day or a small meal plan, you'd have to stretch all of that. But those aren't even the major problems. The biggest problem when it comes to these big guys is their sheer stubbornness. With a big body comes a big attitude. Bull Mastiffs are quite difficult to train, and considering their huge size, there isn't much convincing or commanding you can do once they refuse to cooperate. This dog breed is also known to have zero respect for whatever boundaries you set. Rules like where they are to potty or sleep are absolutely none of their concern. Plus, the Bull Mastiff is also not the most social dog. In fact, they barely socialize with other breeds and will get hostile if forced to interact with other breeds. Finally, if you're considering getting one of these Bull Mastiffs, then you definitely should prepare yourself for their drool. Indeed, everything about these guys is a lot and would require the attention of more experienced dog owners. The problems with this dog breed start from their inability to socialize with anything and everything. The Sharpay is a dog that is always loyal to their owners. However, all of that cuteness doesn't exceed this point. Sharpays are usually territorial, and coupled with their antisocial nature, having guests around the house would always be a hassle. So you'd have to choose between locking them away when there are guests over or never having guests over because it will never end well. Sharpay owners would usually have to restrain them around people they consider strangers in order to keep them from attacking. But of course, to restrain dogs this big, you would have to be a lot stronger. Before you ask, proper training can easily mitigate all of these issues. However, this element is simply a part of the dog's personality, so training doesn't necessarily take it all away, which explains why Sharpays are usually a huge scourge for many dog daycare operators. And finally, to close off this list is the Akita. These large and powerful dogs have a reputation for being very stubborn with a high prey drive. So any other animal that is relatively smaller than they are is considered prey in their eyes. As cute as Akitas look, they are capable of quickly switching from calm to bouncy in a few seconds. The Akita is one you would refer to as a naughty kid that needs a lot of discipline from more experienced dog owners. This doesn't mean that their owners have to be brutal, but with that experience, they understand how to properly make use of positive reinforcement techniques. However, with a size like theirs, you would be required to have a huge space and commit to feeding them properly and making sure they exercise right. But unfortunately, these are not factors that many first-time owners take into consideration. This is why in most cases, You'll have many first-time owners finding it very hard to adjust to living with a huge dog like an Akita. When it comes to training, it's quite easy to say that with the right training, this dog breed usually makes perfect and effective guard dogs. However, getting to the point of actually properly training this dog breed can be very difficult. This Akita is one hell of a proud dog and protective dog, which makes it very hard to cooperate with just anyone. Now click on this video and watch 21 things dogs hate and wish you would stop doing. Thank you very much for watching.